Good morning. Sorry I'm late. Oh no, I'm yawning. One sec. I'm gonna sing. I promise I'm here. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura show. Good morning. Good morning. Hold on one sec. Hello. Sorry, Alex and I were listening to a song and I was dancing, so a little bit out of breath because sometimes that's what you have to do to start your day, okay? And that's what I had to do to start my day. Thank you so much, honey. Before you go, can you fill my water cup too? Thank you. Good morning. Welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Laura. This is the Last Minute Laura Morning Show. We hang out together every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday unless I have depression, anxiety, an appointment, or something else going on. So today, it's Friday. Happy July 2nd, everyone. Welcome back. If you are new, like I said, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we hang out, we chat, we have breakfast, we have our tea. I'm literally like out of breath. We were listening to Bo Burnham's Welcome to the Internet, and the end of that song is like, it's very quick, and I was doing what's it called? What the Rockettes do?
Oh.
The
they're called the dancer.
You know the kick. I was doing a kick line.
The kick thing.
So that happened. Didn't Doris Day sing that song? No, not Doris Day. It was shoot, what is her name? Princess Leia's mom as a young lady. Princess Leia's name was... Well, who's Princess Leia, the actress?
I don't know.
What? Shoot. Carrie something? Carrie Fisher. So then it's... Fisher, what's her mom's name? Whatever that... Carrie Fisher's mom's... That was Carrie Fisher's mom. Wow, words are hard sometimes. Good morning. I put on makeup again. And... You're welcome, because I found a makeup brush, so I even blended eyeshadow on for you guys. Also for me. Also, I'm seeing my older sister today for the first time in a while, so that's nice. And we're all vaccinated, which is such a good feeling. I also picked a whole bunch of nasturtium blossoms yesterday when Alex and I were vlogging, and they're all still crisp, which is awesome. I kind of figured they would wilt like lettuce. See? But they're crisp still. Man, summer looks good on you, Laura. Oh, thank you. That's such a sweet thing to say. Thank you, Lebo. And good morning. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Laura. Good morning. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Frida. Good afternoon, Frida. Good morning, Dina. Nice to see you. Hey, Sid. Good morning. Elsie, good morning. Claudia, good morning. Mayo, good morning. I'm literally like out of breath. Good morning, Beauty. Nice to see you as well. I think I've got everybody now. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Just tell me you're here and I'll say hello. So we picked another bouquet yesterday. There's still an ant on these flowers. You had all night to escape, my friend. Well, I guess not really. You were trapped on an island of flowers. Anyway. Well, I just woke up, so let's go with good morning. Good morning. And thank you for the compliment on my dress. It was a hand-me-down from one of my sisters, and it is at least... I'm going to say it's at least 10 years old. Like, if it falls apart ever, it's done its job already. I like these dresses that have the elastic top, because then you don't have to wear a bra. When a dress is like a plain cotton dress... nipples show through, and I love the no bra life, but I don't love I don't love how nipples look showing through a shirt. Like on some girls it looks so good, and when you see it you're like, that's somehow fashionable that your nipples are showing through your outfit. For me, it never looks that way. It always looks like I'm disheveled if my nipples are showing through something. So Debbie Reynolds, thank you. Debbie Reynolds, thank you, Dawn. So these elastic ones are great because they like have a little bit of support, but then they're still really comfortable, which is great. So I don't have to wear a bra, not my boobs. Well, my entire young adult life, I guess I'm like an adult, but I mean, my entire youth, teenage years, I hated my body and thought that I thought that my boobs were way too small and I hated them. So now that I'm comfortable with them, I'm like, I'm gonna not wear a bra because I have small boobs and that's fine. Whereas when I was a teenager, it was like, I'll wear 2 bras so my boobs look bigger. Whereas now I'm like, I can run downstairs more or less easily. Go Laura, yay! Also, go Laura and Alex. Look we got our first zucchini, you guys. Look at this thing. It's huge. It's not actually huge. I picked it pretty reasonably timed. Maybe a day late. But we've got 2 more that are going to be ready to pick today that are probably just a little smaller than this. But look, I grew this. I grew all these too. I also was helping for these things to grow. I'm a very growth. It's all about growth. No, I'm just joking. But for real, I have a lot of growing things that are food. Never needed bras, no boobs, run without a bra. Dawn, good. I mean, I'm sorry that was probably something that you had sensitivity about, I'm guessing, because the media tells us whatever is different about us is something that we should hate. So sorry if you had to deal with that, but good that you can run without a bra. Too much coffee in me or in you? Too much coffee in you, are you anxious? Or too much coffee in me? Because I'm on my first cup of tea. I just did a dance party, which is why I have a lot of energy right now. Oh, yes. Yes, oh, in you, okay. Sorry. Dawn, good for you, run. Yeah, no running for Laura. Alex has been going on, hike walks in the evenings now. Yesterday he was gone for 2 hours in the nighttime. And I was like, oh no, you have the jitters, Sid. Eat something and do a 10 jumping jacks or something. Make your heart beat fast for a different reason, and then your brain will switch topics. You know what I mean? When I have the jitters from coffee and all I can concentrate on is how jittery I feel, if I make my heart beat faster so that my heart is beating fast because it's working, then the fact that it's beating fast from the coffee seems, when you have a stubbed toe, you pinch yourself and it makes the stubbed toe stop. You just have to make yourself anxious for a different reason and then you'll be fine. I was running yesterday with my cross-country team. Well done, Mayo. Not for me. Good morning, by the way. Also, if I took my anxiety med this morning, I never wrote it down, so I don't have any idea if I really took it or if I'm remembering taking it yesterday. The chances that it'll hurt you if you take it twice. I'm not recommending that. I'm just saying I've done that before where I didn't know and I was like, if I took double what I was supposed to, would I be okay? And then my actual prescription is for double what I'm taking. So it ended up being fine. So I might be skipping today because it's extra is worse than missing a day. There you go. Extra is worse than missing a day. Good to know. Buttered toast is where it's at, my friends. So, yesterday was Canada Day. I put that in quotations because Canada Day was more or less canceled this year. I feel like we should do this off the top just so that you guys know what the first link in my description is because I put a little bit of information down there. Canada Day was more or less canceled. We did nothing for Canada Day to celebrate Canada this year. Rather, Alex and I took the time to hang out together and talk about the issues that are plaguing Canada right now that are coming to light, that aren't coming to light, that are coming to the main stage. They've been to light. As Canadians, it's been a known thing that this has been going on. But now it is in the public domain, the public sphere, so it's much more talked about, and it's something that we need to sort of grow and change as Canadians. So for those of you that are not Canadians, maybe you don't know about this yet. This is a trigger warning. I'm going to mention the residential schools. We should call them something camps. They shouldn't be called schools, but I'm sure they'll change the name of what they're called residential schools here. But anyway, trigger warning. I want to talk about that for a minute. I don't want to stay on it for the entire stream because it's really heavy and it's not something I'm educated enough on to share things with you on it. I just want to let you guys know that I'm making an effort, and Alex is making an effort, and my family is making an effort to be good allies. Re-education camps, that's better than residential school. because residential school makes it sound like it was a home away camp or something, you know what I mean? It's not, or a sleepaway camp. It's not, it wasn't. It, like, hundreds of children were murdered there. And likely thousands, likely like tens of thousands, lots of graves have been found at these places. So, and they were all kids because it was schools for children. So it was like aged 2 to 16 or something like that. And there are over 1,000 bodies found at these schools in Canada right now. So this has been something that Indigenous folks have been saying for a long time, but the mainstream hasn't wanted to touch on it. So it wasn't taught in schools. It wasn't something that I learned until I was well into university, and I was in an anthropology degree. Like, Alex, did it come up in any of your schooling?
Not directly. Indirectly through the Canada history thing.
Right.
Grade 8.
Okay, but in grade 8 it was like talking about how to build a longhouse and the Three Sisters, and talking about how to walk silently. That was the whole class. We went outside and learned how to walk silently in bare feet.
Not for me.
That's not Indigenous knowledge that I need. I need to know what Canada did to literally destroy. So they would take children from their homes, or they would starve parents, like starve families, because the families were in areas that had no quality. So they would not provide necessary things until the child was surrendered to the residential school, and then they would provide sustenance to the parents. Then the kids would come back not knowing how to speak to their grandparents, not understanding their parents, resenting their parents for sending them away, resenting their parents because the school taught them it was something to resent, resenting their culture, a whole lot. It was it was literally like they were torture camps. They were torture reassignment camps. They were not a good place. And it's not something that is common knowledge, like commonly talked.
Isn't it just added recently?
Yeah, and it's like the 90s was when they closed the last residential school, but even till today, the medical system, the government, and the church are not good to Indigenous people, in the fact that there are still women who are Indigenous folks who will be pressured to have forced sterilization. Right. So, like if you went in and you were an Indigenous person with an addiction and you were pregnant, and you were delivering a baby, they'd say, well, we'll just do a hysterectomy while we're here. But they wouldn't.
While we're here, you're right.
But they wouldn't do that for other groups, you know? So anyway, what Alex and I and my little sister, and I believe my whole family is going to be getting in on this, but we signed up with the University of Alberta. I actually have the screen open so I can tell you what it's called. I linked it in the description of this video because I think it's a really good idea. Even if you're not in Canada, if you didn't know this stuff existed, it's so messed up, you should know, because we all know what happened with the Holocaust. We all know what is happening in China right now with their reassignment stuff. Like, it's bad. It's one of those things that's bad and it needs to be known. We all know about Rwanda, you know, like it's as bad as those things. So anyway, on Coursera, which is a website that the universities give courses through, the University of Alberta is offering a free course called Indigenous Canada. I'm looking at it right now. That's why I'm reading from something. There are 12 weeks of modules, videos, and readings. So my first reading is on the worldview. It's 20 minutes of reading, a 51-minute video, and then you do a quiz. And then the next week is the fur trade. The next week is trick or treaty. The next week is talking about killing the Indian and the child, which is what residential schools were about. The next week is sovereign lands, Indigenous women, Indigenous in the city, current social movements, living traditions, expressions in pop culture and art. So it's more information that if you want to have it, I would recommend joining in, because maybe we can talk about it together. It can be like our little book club. A really good idea if you want to learn more and do a little bit, as an ally, because right now there isn't a lot that I can specifically do to make change, but I can make change in myself. And of course, I don't want to think about these things, and I don't want to think about how my life has been positively affected by the way that other people's lives have been negatively affected. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, I didn't put a kid in a residential school, but because of the systematic racism and like violence my life has had a different trajectory because that's been going on. Do you know what I mean? So, no, I don't feel that I did the thing, but I do feel that I am responsible as a Canadian for knowing that sort of stuff about my country and being able to have a conversation about it and being able to be an ally without just saying like, yeah, I agree with that. Like I want to actually like be able to move forward, but right now, it's not the time to ask Indigenous folks for help with that stuff. Just like with Black Lives Matter, it wasn't the time to look to your Black friends and say, what should I do to be a good ally? That it wasn't their responsibility to teach you. Your job is to go read. So this is me doing my job of going and reading. So if you'd like to join, please join in. It's a free course. It's 12 weeks long. I'm sure you can get it done earlier. But I mean, there's nothing bad about it. If you've got nothing going on and you have nothing to read right now, look, something great to learn. It's a good little learning time. But if you are Canadian and you didn't know details about these stuff, then probably you really should get more information. And if you do it through the University of Alberta, great. If you don't, great. But learn about this stuff because it's important that we, like, my kids will know about this early. My kids will know about this. This is bad, and this is something we can't let slide. Like, these people are still reeling from it. Like, there are still families whose family members remember this happening to them. Like, it's not old. So, yeah. University of Alberta, I've linked it in the description of this video. It's called Indigenous Canada. I have it, again, I minimized it because it's in my computer. It's called Indigenous Canada. Again, linked in my description. If you want to check it out, check the link in my description. It's the first link. I put it right at the top of the description before I even put the title or anything. I'm not sponsored, obviously. It's a university, but I'm not sponsored and nobody asked me to do this. Obviously, I think that would be weird. But anyway, it's because I'm doing it and my sister actually sent me the link and said, let's do this together. And I was like, totally, let's do this. So yeah, please educate yourself. I'm going to. Sid, it's important to learn about how the colonizers stole land and resources that we thrive off of now. Yeah, and also that, like, it was not empty land that wasn't being tended to. Like, there were farming practices, there were herding practices, it was a whole thing. So anyway, I remember when you said not having kids, not is when. Not it is when. Now it is when. Oh, yeah, Dawn. Well, I'm saying the kids that I will influence in my life, not necessarily the ones that I birth. I want to be part of the village. My sister used this as a phrase, and she said one of her friends who didn't want to have kids said, oh, I just want to be the village, like part of the village. It takes a village to raise a child. There are going to be children in my life. The children who are raised in my life will not know about any of this stuff. Obviously, if I have kids, I will teach my kids. If I don't have kids, then I will teach the kids that I care for. I have such good news. Oracle, good. I'm glad to hear good news. I'm back from my coastal holiday. Welcome back. I'm the village. Exactly, Frida. And your impact on those kids is impactful. I'm glad she's not a patrolling officer anymore. She's so cool. She has a CSI job. Oh, what are we talking about? Washington is beautiful, but there are many really crazy drivers on the coast. Are there? I think Washington's beautiful too. I've somehow battled my mental health issues and I've met a wonderful, loving guy. Ooh, that's awesome, Oracle. Good job. That's great. It's my mental health issues are just a constant thing. I've always wanted to be Auntie Dawn or a village person. I bought a ton of crystals and witchy stuff. That's awesome, Oracle. Dawn, I like the village person. Instead of saying that I want to be part of the village, I want to say I want to be a village person. I feel like that sounds like a good vibe. Laura, reposting. Thank you. We're having a bit of a hard time here in my hometown. A young policeman was shot. My cousin is a police officer. She's investigating it. That's awful, Frida. Thank you for reposting. I'm sorry you're going through that. Is she safe? Is she in a safe job? Is that very rare in Sweden for police officers to get shot? Or I feel like, are shootings rare in Sweden? They're not rare in Canada and the States. I'm sorry for your cousin, though. That's scary. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Hey there, Rue. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Glad you're here. So I don't know how to transition from that because it's dark and serious and there's no easy transition, but just in general, educate yourself regarding the residential schools and make sure the people that you love are also educated, because imagine them saying really embarrassing things. That's basically, yeah, not totally rare, but it's a big scary deal. Absolutely, Frida, it definitely is. The farthest east I've been was Indiana State. We were supposed to go to multiple countries in Europe next month, but thank you, COVID. Although, now with the vaccine, maybe you can go more places. I'm here just doing my dishes. Hey there, Rebecca. Good morning. Zucchini bread is a great transition. Agreed, Dawn. Rue, sending you good vibes. Frida, sending you good vibes and safe vibes to your cousin. Speaking of vibes, I actually made something with intention yesterday. Sid, you might be proud of me, because it's pretty much just a conversation that I feel like you and I go through in the stream, is talking about witchy stuff. And for those of you who are into witchy stuff, I'm not talking like witchcraft and spell casting. That sounds darker or like warlockery. I'm not talking about like magic, like the sense of, I don't know. I'm not talking about like glittery magic with a wand. I'm talking about intentional cooking, essentially kitchen witchcraft, kitchen witchery. I've been having a really great time, and I actually made something yesterday actively with intention. Like, I stirred clockwise, like I was thinking, and I actually mentioned it. I was vlogging a recipe. I made some mulberry mint sorbet. So it has mulberries, lemon juice, sugar. I used the lilac sugar, and mint. And I made this sorbet. And while I was making it, I was thinking, I'm going to be having a picnic with my friend in a couple of days. It's going to be hot out. Wouldn't sorbet be a lovely thing to bring? So during making it, I was like actively being like putting love, like, I don't know how to say it without sounding like hokey pokey, but at the same time, I don't know how to vocalize how I feel about it, because I don't feel about it like how someone who's Christian feels about Christianity. Like, I don't feel about it like a religion. I feel about it like how praying makes you feel. So it's not the whole religious system. It's just the way you feel when you've said a prayer, and that feeling, like, you know the feeling when you've shot a prayer out into the ether and you're just like, well, at least if there's a God, I did the thing, you know? Kind of that vibe. And I was kind of, it feels like it was like praying, but there was no God to pray to. I was good vibing for my friend and good vibing for our hangout coming up. But sorry, I don't have the language for it. So if you are someone who does kitchen witchcraft and you are offended by the way I'm talking about it, please don't be. And if you're someone who thinks that witchcraft is like the root of all evil, also, like, I made sorbet, like, calm down, it's fine. So I made this sorbet, I'm bringing it on our picnic, and I basically just made it out of good vibes. And I think that it made it taste better. So that's not a fact, that's just possible. But I made sorbet, and it's this beautiful dark purple, lovely. I was also talking like I was and even said I was in a van. I wasn't in anything close to a van. Huh? Said my legs felt like spaghetti noodles. Lol. What does he have that you love? I put intention and love into making things. And Frida Laura, yes, I know. Thank you. Oracle, the guy, does he live there? Oh, that'd be nice. You prayed to the universe. Kind of, Phoenix. Kind of. You put all the love into the food you made. You can do that with Christianity, too. Well, yeah, but I did it within, like, normally I'm putting love into what I'm making. Because when I'm making something, it's for somebody. You know what I mean? Like, it usually happens, but I actively did it this time, as opposed to it just passively being lovey-dovey and feelings. I actively was like, I'm gonna have a good time with my friend. And then I was vlogging and being like, I feel really good about this thing. And at the same time, like, I don't know what I'm doing, so please don't take me as advice. But, like, it did feel nice. It felt good to do. Like, I don't know. I liked it. So, the sorbet is going to that picnic, and it's going to be lovely. And Alex will be allowed to have some, obviously, but, mostly it's for that picnic. He's just amazing. Aw, that's nice, Oracle. Prayer shells are a thing within Christian churches, and kitchen witchcraft is basically the same thing. I feel like my mom has been practicing kitchen witchcraft my entire life without calling it that, because she has always made food with intention and with like all of her being, and you can taste it always. Like, it's always, her stuff is better than anywhere else, and it's probably not, but it is. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I have to make zucchini bread is another thing, because now we are going to be zucchini people. In case you guys didn't know, we have 4 zucchini plants in one garden, and then we have 8 yellow zucchini plants in another garden, and then we have 6 butternut squash plants in another garden. So we're going to be eating a lot of squashes, mostly zucchini for the summer, but our butternut squash plants have taken off bizarrely. Like, they've each grown 10 feet. Like, they are sprawling, so they're crawling away, but there's about 10 feet, and each of them have probably 15, 20 small butternut squashes on them. I'm going to give them a little bit more time to grow before I decide if I'm going to pick any of them off to let the other ones get bigger. But I was saying to Alex, we were walking through the garden yesterday, and I was like, we might have enough butternut squash to, like, store for the winter and not buy butternut squash this year, which is, like, not what I thought this garden was going to be for me. I just thought it was going to be joy. But, like, I might actually get preservation amounts of food, which is super cool, because I'm going to be preserving green beans. I'm going to do dilly beans. I'm going to be preserving radishes. I'm going to do pickled radishes, because what else am I going to do with radishes? Let's be honest. And now I'll be able to do stored butternut squash. That's pretty cool. And all my herbs. I mean, I don't think I'll have enough tomatoes to, like, use tomatoes for winter or anything, but I'll have enough tomatoes for fresh eating. And yeah, I don't know. I love that. I'm pretty excited about it. I don't cook with love. I don't like cooking food or eating. So nope. Frida, you put your love elsewhere. Like, here. Look at. I can feel it. Don't worry. Your love goes into other stuff. I can feel it. Do you want to pet Frida's bunny, Alex?
Very soft.
His name is Ivor.
Ivor.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I feel like I haven't been outside for days, but it's because my area, the middle of a heat wave, right? So you have to hide inside. I agree. There's a certain depth of humanity inherent in any kind of craft work from most traditions, right? It really is cooking with love. It tastes better. I do that when I'm knitting for someone. My thoughts are with them, good intentions in every stitch. So nice. Such a nice way to do it. That sounded naughty. I really laughed out loud here. Oh no, did I say something? Oh, depth of humanity. Having to turn this depression den into a damsel tower. Lol. So that you can come get rescued. But I feel the same way, Sid, whenever you do something that's, like, with your hands that you know someone's been doing somewhere for 1,000 years, like, it feels pretty cool. Like, make a basket. Go make a wreath with a willow branch, and you'll be like, wow, this is, like, a nice thing to do. But also, someone did this 100 years ago. Someone did this 1,000 years ago. For maybe a different reason, but we're both doing the same thing, and we're both people. I don't know. I feel like it connects me, too, because when you think about it, like, we think about people from the like dark, we call it the dark ages, like they were dirty, stinky aliens that weren't like us, you know, like they were people that didn't know how to bathe, and they were people that like believed in all kinds of crazy things. But like if you think about it, they were literally just us with a little bit less information. But they were still the same as you and me. Like they were still the same. So like when people would like, people still suffered, people still hurt, people probably still had anxiety and depression. Just probably it mattered less culturally because they had to harvest potatoes. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you make something and it connects you to like a time prior that otherwise you would not have felt that connection to. I like it. Sorry, I'm choking. That's why grandma's food was better. My grandma always planned and made food for us. I pray or have good intentions for the recipient. That's lovely. It's true, grandma's food's always better. Like, my grandma used to make me tea and toast, literally these two things, and they tasted completely unique to when she made it. Even though how many ingredients are in these two items? Very few ingredients. Like, how much can you really have variation? But you can when grandma makes it. The other day I'm walking down the hill of this town. Surely I'll see a crystal store soon, Oracle says. And then I did. I don't have crystals. The only crystals I have are like wedged into rocks that I've found. I haven't purchased crystals before. Not saying I wouldn't, I just haven't. So, a whole food shake that I have for breakfast that gives me most of what I need for the day so I don't have to worry too much. Yikes. That sucks. I love food, so for me it sucks, Frida. The idea of like not wanting to eat enough that I would live off of a protein shake, that's like a punishment for me. Like if I was put in jail, they would put me on a protein shake that tastes the same. That would be
What's the problem?
Alex is like, great, you can get all your nutrients in through a straw. Perfect. Did she bake the bread? No. She didn't bake the bread, and the tea was red. It's the same type of tea that I drink. Obviously, she used milk, because back then, big dairy was down all of our throats, and milk was in everything forever. But, harsh. But, she used milk, and she used sugar, and the tea bag would only sit in the teacup for 30 seconds, and it would be half of a cup of hot water with a tea bag for 30 seconds, and the rest would be milk, and then she'd put a teaspoon of sugar. Like, it was for children. It was not like tea. It was like it was sweet milk with a tea flavor. I love milk. You're allowed to love milk. More power to you. I don't love the system that it's built on, but I do love the taste of lots of dairy products. If I can avoid it, I do. But yeah, no, the bread was, it was probably French bread. It probably wasn't like this. But, no, it was just that she made it. It made it better somehow. Already getting hairs on me, and I haven't even started this yet. Big industry is harmful no matter what it's producing. That's true. I think that's true. I don't think there's anything that you can produce en masse without hurting somebody. Just there's too much involved. But then again, I'm trying to like make it so you can see this zucchini, but I don't want it to look like I have a sex thing here. So let's just put it that way. Buy small and buy local. Yes, if you can. If you can, buy small and buy local. It's just that sometimes that's not really affordable. So if you can, where you can. Like if you only buy honey twice a year, you know what I mean? Go local. Pay $2 extra for your honey because you're only buying it twice a year. I understand like if you have to buy milk every week because you have kids, like you can't just switch over to like small production because they drink a lot of milk or whatever. But like the things that you can switch, you can switch. So switch some of the little things that you only need to replace once in a while. That way it doesn't like freak out your pocketbook all at once. Does anyone have a pocketbook still?
I got one.
Yes, you have one. Does any regular adult have a pocketbook? I'm gonna go with probably not. Okay, is this a whole separate stitch? No, that's a wraparound. So we're on a regular row, people. We're starting a regular row. Dawn, I love almond and oat milk. Yeah, I don't love any of the nut milks as milk, like to drink. They don't taste good as a drink, but they work fine in all of the places you would use milk. Like for cereal, no problem. Oat milk all the way. For like in my tea, no problem. Oat milk all the way. But like if I was gonna drink a glass of it, I think I could probably do like cashew coconut milk, that mix. But I don't think I could do like a glass of soy milk because that stuff tastes. It probably tastes fine if you've never tasted milk before, but like when I know what I'm expecting when I think of the word milk, soy milk ain't it. But it works in tea just fine. My kids love the honey-filled straws from the farmer's market. Oh, no, never mind. Totally, those honey-filled straws. They're added to things sometimes here. I love unsweetened almond milk for just drinking. No, thank you. I love a coconut mocha. That's so good. True, coconut milk mocha. Or, oh gosh, coconut curry. I know we're not talking about, that's not the same thing as what we're talking about, but have you guys ever mixed a can you go to the grocery store, go to the, whatever your international food aisle is, look for red curry and coconut milk or coconut cream and coconut cream. It's coconut cream. Get coconut cream and red curry, mix that up, put some chicken and rice in there, you're good to go. Delicious. I've had raw milk. It was great. Is it good? What's it like? Alex has had it. Of course he has. He lived in Belarus. I mean, I had raw farm-bought milk growing up, but it's dangerous for more kids than should be risked with. I've heard that freshly made soy milk is a totally different experience, so I'm going to try it. I wonder. Coconut curry is the best. Yes, it is. Hi, Juno, by the way. Laura, I do that all the time, but veggies and rice. Yeah, veggies is good too. It's also good with tofu. Like, tofu is like a mixed bag for me. It's like it either turns out really good or it just completely dissolves into what I'm making and then it's just the sauce. Even if it's firm tofu, it's a 50-50. It's a gamble. Unless I fry it crispy before I eat it, like before I mix it in, it's either going to blend in or be delicious. Coconut cream is so good though. Like I could eat it. That's how tasty it is. The coconut cream. You can buy it in a can and it's so good. Too bad I live in an area with no coconuts. Oh, but something exciting happened. Our elephant ear, which is some variety of alocasia, but it grows outside in Canada in the summer. It's not native to here. It's a plant you have to like intentionally grow. But my mom gave me, oh God, salmon burp. Excuse me. God, do any of you take omega-3? Frida has convinced me. I'm convinced now. We're getting the kelp kind after this because I always drink a hot tea after I have my pills in the morning, and that will definitely dissolve the like pill. So then I burp the flavor of fish. It's very unpleasant. It can have really bad bacteria in it. Oh, okay. Well, really, what do you do if you have goat's milk too? I guess because milk is milk, right? What do you do when all the people I watch on YouTube who have goats, are they just drinking risky milk? Or are they doing something to it that I don't know about? Well, I don't know. I assumed it was safe. They're all alive. Kids often don't have the immune system to handle the bacteria, and kids can't get ethical consent to that risk to their health. Yeah, kids can't give ethical consent to most things, so you just have to treat them like little fancy things that you have to take really good care of because you're making a human. Alex and I we had a talk about raising children the other day and like what we would prefer for raising them. And it looks like we would prefer to be really nice to them. That would be great. I feel like that's everybody's intention. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if we even have kids. You still want no kids or you want kids? Not do you still want no kids? You didn't say you want no kids.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, I know. Same. We go back and forth. That's okay though. I'm actually talking about cooking, totally contrary to what I said. I do a simple tomato sauce and then crumble soy and basil marinated tofu. Really good mincemeat substitute. Yeah, I found that it thickens stuff just fine. And then you know there's protein in there, you know? They might be heating it somehow to sterilize it. Oh, okay. Like if have a goat, can I make goat cheese and yogurt and it's safe? Or do I have to do something to it? Like, I'm not going to drink milk because milk, I don't typically drink like a glass of milk anyway. If you are on or around a farm, it's different. If you're on a farm, it's different. Like, if you're living on a farm, do you just get used to that risk? I don't know. I don't have a cow or a goat. I have chickens, who I love dearly. Also, Alex was so sweet this morning. He woke up early or he didn't go to sleep. I don't know. Did you sleep?
Yeah.
Why were you up when I wasn't up yet?
Just woke up.
You woke up? Okay. Well, he woke up and let the chickens out this morning, and then he fed them so that the rooster wouldn't cock-a-doodle-doo so I could sleep. Because usually I'll just wake up because after either Alex or I let the chickens out, we don't feed them right away. We let them like run around for a little while, and the rooster lets us know that he would prefer if we fed them right away. But I want them to dig around and like, you know, start their morning. So yeah, he'll cock-a-doodle-doo all over the place and make a lot of noise. If as soon as he gets fed, it's like he's saying like feed us, and then when the food gets brought out, he doesn't really do it unless he's like doing his thing. I've heard putting them in the freezer helps with the fish burps. Oh, I guess because it would take longer for them to melt, Phoenix, so they'd make it into your like intestine before they start melting. That's a good idea. That's not a bad idea. But all my pills are in like an organized pill container, so I would have to freeze all my pills because I'm not gonna just like remember to take one pill separately, you know? They're like in a little container. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Chickens. Oh yeah, so Alex fed them this morning so that they wouldn't make noise, and they didn't, and then I got to sleep. And then Alex came and like woke me up. It was awesome. A great morning. Ola says, I'm definitely having a 40-year crisis. I'm learning to play the recorder and learning to read and speak Korean. Yeah, that's a midlife crisis. New language, new hobby. Alex is going to do Mandarin, and his is woodworking, so he's planning ahead. What are you doing? Are you on your phone? Yeah. Oh. He's just sitting in here with me. Don't worry, though. It's not like he's working. He took the day off of work so that he can get some wedding jobs done and some jobby jobs done. It's supposed to rain all day today, which is fine by me. I'm totally cool with it. Oh, I forgot to close the blinds this morning. Sorry if it's too bright behind me, guys. It's actually going well. I can say small sentences about whose apple that is. Gotta learn somewhere. New Year's, new cars. What's new cars? Sorry. All the time doesn't mean constantly, but on a regular basis. Yeah. It's actually, okay, hold on. I yell at them when they do that. When they lie and poop? I was thinking of learning Mandarin too, Rue says. Learning languages is so fun. I don't know. I had a really good time learning Russian, but I also had incentive to learn it. Like Alex's family is mostly speaking Russian at home. Obviously they speak English when they're talking to me or talking about me so that I'm not hearing my name in a Russian sentence. That being said, Alex's mom, her like nickname, her Russian, like her name in Russian, her name is long and it shortens to Laura. So when it's like her nickname is like Laura, obviously it has a Russian accent, slightly different to Laura. So it's like a little different, but I used to be like, are they talking about me? And I had his mom actually several years ago, many years ago now, probably 8 years ago, I remember her pulling me aside at one Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, something like that. And she said, if I'm ever talking about you, I'll talk to you. Just so you know. When I'm talking in Russian, it won't be about you or about, I will talk to you. Or if I'm talking about something that you're necessary involved in, I will talk in English. And I remember when she said that and I was just like, okay, good. Now I don't need to be anxious that I'm being judged all of the time. So yeah, I wanted to learn Russian so I could understand what was going on. That was literally, and my university degree allowed me to have 2 language classes as part of my degree. And I was like, well, Russian year 1, Russian year 2. And it was a lot of fun. And now I know how to say that my name is Laura and that I go to the University of Ottawa. I don't anymore. And that, so, Меня зовут Laura. Я учусь в Ottawa, в Université d'Ottawa. No, that's French. Universitete. Is that right?
Das Universität.
Yeah, okay. Меня зовут Laura. Я тебя очень люблю, Yosha.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, it's spasiba. Пожалуйста. Anyway, you could Duolingo to strengthen your Russian. Yeah, I need to strengthen it because I want to by the time like Alex's other family eventually meets me. They're in like Belarus, so it may happen in many years, but it would be nice for us to be able to visit either Lithuania or what else is next to Poland? We could go to Poland,
Ukraine.
Lithuania, or Ukraine, and then we could see his family. I don't think we can go into Belarus still. Until Alex is like 50, I don't think we can go there. His parents have said they think it's okay, but that's not enough for me. I need to know that they're going to let him leave the country, and at this point, Alex has not completed military service for Belarus, and he would be forced to stay to complete military service. He was a small child when they left, so he shouldn't have to, but he is still tied to that place somehow. So we can't go there, but we can go to Lithuania, and then we can hang out with like his Belarusian family in Lithuania, which is where my family's from, so we could try and find some of my family. Wouldn't that be fun?
Aye.
And technically, I can get European citizenship because of Lithuania. Memrise is a cute language app too. Okay, cool. До свидания. До свидания. Indeed. Oops. Almost forgot. I'm on an increase row now. You guys distract me. Я учусь антропология. Was that right?
I think so.
Cool. It means I study anthropology. I don't anymore, but, you know. I mean, probably this Indigenous Canada thing is a social sciences course.
Most likely.
So probably I am still studying anthropology. So now you guys can all study it too. Lingo Deer's way of teaching works really good for me. Lingo Deer. I personally feel compulsory military service is a crime against humanity. I just don't think that it makes a lot of sense that if Alex went back there to visit, he's a Canadian citizenship. He obviously doesn't have Belarusian citizenship. Belarus is not good.
As you can Google.
Like, the people are obviously just people, but the regime is not good. So it's also, now we can't go. We can't go anymore.
Flagged.
We've been flagged now. No, but the regime there is not good. So even though Alex is a Canadian citizen with no ties to Belarus on paper, they would not be. That they don't feel the same.
There's a trace somewhere.
There's a trace somewhere. Although, maybe not for long. We might be changing our name.
Aye.
We've been talking about changing our last name. And what name we're going to choose. Are we going to choose Alex's last name, my last name, or a variation of one of them? So we shall see. I might not be Laura anymore the way I am. I say my last name on this channel, do I? I think I do. Is that doxing myself by giving my last name to the internet?
A little bit.
A little bit? Well, oops. Please don't look for me. Leave me alone on my witchcraft farm, thank you very much. I just want to be out here picking berries. I don't even know what it means. Cheers? До свидания.
It just goodbye.
Goodbye?
Yeah. Or cheers. You can use cheers.
До свидания. What does it mean?
Just bye.
What's the actual translation?
There isn't anything else besides for saying bye.
Oh, okay. I just say пока.
You can say that too.
And пока ночи.
Spokojной ночи.
Spokoj noci. Last lady. What's that? I never know how to pronounce your last lady name. Yes, last lady. I've already said it online, so I'm not doxing myself. I'm saying it out loud to myself because I'm confused about... I still don't know the rules about what you're allowed to share online or not. Bikinas is how it's pronounced. Bikinas. For much of my life, it was bikini ass because that is the two words you can see in my last name. Or people would go, bikinis? I would be like, is it spelled bikinis? Is that what the word says? No.
That should be our last name.
Bikinis. Just change it to bikinis because for most of my life, that's how people thought they would make fun of me. Laura Bikinis. Laura Bikini ass. Joke's on them. I never had a bikini ass. I was a tomboy. Lol, Laura, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do, right? I didn't feel embarrassed about it until I found out that people thought that's what it was pronounced like. But people also mispronounced it. Like telemarketers would say like Birkins. Miss Miss Binkins? Is there a Miss Binkers? Binkley? I was like, it goes vowel, consonant, like it's very, to me, it's Bikinas. It follows a very, like if you're an English speaking person, it follows a very clear phonetic pronunciation to me. If you just read it, if you know the word bikini, you'd go you'd go bikini, and then you go, oh no, it ends with as, so it's bikina. Like, just sound it out. Nobody ever sounded it out. So anyway, Bikinas. Some people pronounce it Bikinas because then it sounds like Mikinas, which it is not. It is not. It is a Lithuanian name, not a Scottish name. But anyway, my last name was the name of a silly children's book character. It's actually a lot like me. Oh, that's funny. That's kind of fun. Not too great these days, but I'm getting through it. Oh, not great, Rue. I'm sorry you're not doing great. Don't mean to laugh. Kids are mean. Yeah. Kids are mean. But at the same time, like, all the things that I got made fun of, now I look at them and I'm like, they were just anything you could see. It was only things you could see. So, like, they wouldn't make fun of me for being, I don't know, like a total airhead sometimes, you know? Like, I was a smart kid, but I was also a very, airheady. Like, I could just be in the clouds for hours because I was all over the place. And yeah, I could do good at school while still having a full sketchbook open on my desk. And, like, no one made fun of me for being weird, but having freckles, girl, people gonna come for you for having freckles, which I don't understand now how that affected me.
I know, I was like, oh no.
Like, how could that affect me? How could that have been something that I felt bad about? Like, I wasn't gonna be able to get rid of it.
And I like your freckles.
Yeah, that was one of the first things Alex told me when he finally wasn't super awkward, that he thought my freckles and my nose were very, very cute. My last name means government in English, so that's quite a bit of teasing. Government, very good. I was never teased. I'm scary when I'm angry. Oh gosh, I was like, I don't even know what I was like when I was angry as a kid. I honestly, just my childhood, the stuff I remember is when I was like alone in the wild. That's the stuff I remember the most. Like, yeah, I know I had friends in school. I know I had like a best friend, but like mostly I remember learning from one of the people who watched the kids in the field how to arrange flowers. Like, I remember her, like an older lady, walking around the edge of the schoolyard with me and showing me, like, you need something tall in a bouquet and you should always use odd numbers. Like, I remember that. I don't remember what the kids were playing in the field, you know? I wasn't
I'd be the one kicking the ball.
I would be the one not kicking the ball. I tell you what. The boy I had a crush on growing up, his name was Joseph, and he was always playing the ball. He was always playing soccer. But everybody in our school played soccer because that was what the field we had was for. Yep. Yeah, I'm very, very nice until I'm not. Which I think is a good way to live. Be very nice, and then when you cross the line, I shall destroy you. And whatnot. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Take me back.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Hi, I'm 15-year-old and I've been working on this game for 1 year. Can you please play with it? At 15, a game. I don't know, I'm just amazed by kids.
I'm 15. What do you mean? That's like a age to play things. There's already people.
Creating their own game.
Oh, creating. I thought you said just playing it.
No. Sorry, creating their own game.
I thought you were saying somebody was playing a game and wanted help. Anyway, I appreciate it, Frida. Without getting into too much details, my family made some threat. Oh, I'm sorry, Rue. It's a bit of a scary time. Yeah, that sounds scary. I'm sorry you're going through it. Yuck. Family's not supposed to do that. Family's supposed to be there for you. I was teased because I had a pirate's dream, sunken chest. Now I know they were looking. Lol, Dawn. A pirate's dream, a sunken chest. Do you know what that means, Alex?
I don't.
There's a where the bone of your chest is like literally
Yes.
down. It's called a sunken chest.
Oh.
But she made a joke saying she had a pirate's dream. Like, what does a pirate dream about? A sunken chest of treasure.
Oh.
So she said, I had a pirate's dream, a sunken chest. It was a pun. Or a... Would it be a pun?
I don't know.
It was a joke anyway. Laura, you mentioned it's really important to be nice to kids. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I just think that they're little humans, and although I am terrified of teenagers, specifically teenage boys, but teenage girls are also scary, children, they don't need you to be mean to them. They're little. They're smaller than you. There is no point where any argument from you makes any sense to be having with a child. Parents who are like yelling at their kid in public, I'm like, that's so you lost. You lost the argument. You lost. You lost it when you started. They are children. Oh no, they told me what I was. Oh, well, that's great. Kids are mean. Kids are mean to each other. Adults should be very nice to kids because kids are mean enough to each other.
Wow, kids are really mean to each other.
Yeah, it's like they have to find out where the line is, so they just see. I hate you. Oh, that hurt your feelings? I guess that was the line, you know? They have to learn. I wasn't allowed to be angry. That's frustrating. Hi everyone, missed you all. Hey there, Laura, nice to see you. It's so important to realize children are small humans and to treat them like that and to teach them to think about others. Yeah, like they're gonna be people later. Like, yes, obviously they're kids, but they're also gonna be like full people. And if you destroy something important in them as a child, it's going to affect them later. Don't put your kid in therapy before they even know what therapy is. You know, put your kid in therapy, but don't make your kid have to sign up for therapy because you're you know what I'm trying to say. Therapy good, don't make it happen though. Wow, that's not what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Does it make sense, Alex, what I'm saying? Okay, cool. You're my little feedback person. Dawn, I definitely empathize. I've had a similar experience. It's frustrating. Just out of college, not sure where to go from here. I've had to work with local police department. Oh my God, you're like in danger? Do you have somewhere safe to go? I'm sorry, Rue, that's scary. I'm really sorry you were in that situation, but I hope you were surrounded by people who support your feelings now. Yeah, definitely, Dawn. I laugh, mine are still perky. Yeah. A boy in class used to call me Lebo, as in, yeah. He thought it was funny. I was horrified. Yeah, well, it's gonna be one thing or another, right? It's gonna be something. If they can find a way to rhyme your name with something dirty, that's what you get. If you've got anything that makes you stick out, a birthmark, freckles, literally anything that is slightly different.
Taller.
You're tall. Now that's your thing that we're gonna make fun of you. Look, he's tall. What a loser. He's tall. And then there's, oh, he's a loser. He's short.
Yeah.
Okay, calm down, kids. Everyone needs to be like exactly the same to be safe. It's like a school of fish. So I'm not in immediate danger, and I do have friends I can stay with. Okay, good. I'm glad you have a safe place to go if you need it, but also, yeah, definitely keep, now that you're going through it, keep us posted. Now I need to be aware, because I'm sorry you're going through it. Family member threatened to call the police on me. What are you doing, families? Literally, what are you doing? Stop. Unless you're calling the police because someone is a danger to themselves or others, maybe don't. Maybe rethink what you're doing. Hey there, Juno, but I'm fine now. Hold on. I used to get teased for my laugh when I was a kid to the point where I didn't like to laugh in front of my friends. Yeah, that literally doesn't make sense. That is the most natural, beautiful thing. Like a laugh is it should not be hidden. Like imagine hiding your laugh as a kid. That's not fair. Kids should be able to feel joy and respond to the joy they feel naturally. The fact that you would feel joy, the fact that you would feel joy and then immediately go, don't express joy in your, you know what I mean? Like, that's healthy. Why kids gotta be so mean though? Like, what the heck? Going on a drive and he's gonna meet my parents. Oh my God, are you like in love? What's going on? He's coming over to meet the family already? True love. Gosh, I was so scared when Alex was coming to meet my parents.
Yeah.
Because he was way older than me, or at least that's how it felt at the time. And I had lied about his age, so he looks older than me. Like, well, now he doesn't because we're both 35. But when I was 19, he looked 25. So when we meant to meet my parents, in my head, I was like, I hope he shaves. I hope he shaves. And he did. He shaved for that meeting. He looked a lot younger. Oh my gosh. That was back when you used to clean shave all the time, though.
Yep.
Little young Alex. Don't get me wrong. I think I prefer the scruff. But you were very cute with your bald face, too.
Thanks.
I had a girlfriend that sounded like a hyena. I loved her, but everyone mocked her when she laughed. I found it contagious. Right? Like, if only it could be, instead of mocking her, it could make everybody laugh more in a nice way. Why? Well, and I started our relationship living in different cities, so lots of waiting and train rides. Aw. Well, thanks for it. Sucked at the time, but I'm a lot better now. Well, I hope so. It would have sucked at the time. I remember how much I felt about my freckles. I, like, hated them. And now I, like, think about it and I'm like, oh, they're literally my skin. That's so not fair. I couldn't do anything about that. It's not fair. I feel indifferent to them now. They are not a hindrance to my life, nor are they something that I admire. They just are my skin. This is how my skin looks. Some people have skin with no freckles, and I have skin with freckles. It's just how I look. I'm glad it's better now. Definitely glad it's better now for you guys. Sometimes you just notice things and was not mocking. Oh yeah, definitely, but repeated noticing of a thing can feel like mocking, you know? Like, if I have a cold sore and multiple people are like, oh no, you have a cold sore? I'm like, great, now I know everyone can see it. Thank you, appreciate it. I don't have one right now, in case you know. But just for your information, right before my wedding, I'm sure one will pop up. Right before my sister's wedding, literally 2 days before my sister's wedding, I got a cold sore, and I had a cold sore at her wedding. Not great. And so I imagine that at my wedding, because I will be under stress and anxiety, I am sure that I will get one, because that's how it works. It's a virus that lives in my body, and therefore whenever I am either immunodeficient, like if my immune system's overworked because I'm tired and stressed, or if I get sick, cold sore always happens. And now that I've said the word cold sore like 6 times in this stream, there's going to be a whole bunch of bots that come and comment on this stream saying, I cured my herpes. They literally do, doctor, whatever, and then they put a link that's like, click this link for the cure to herpes. And I'm like, do you need to capitalize the words herpes? I know it's a herpes virus, but I like to pretend that it's really not herpes because I don't like to imagine that that's what it is. Thank you. Appreciate it. I've had it since I was a baby, so come at me, bro. My partner's freckles are one of my favorite things about him. Alex's dimples are one of my favorite things about him. You should see this guy's dimples. There is the adorableness. There's no cure. Exactly, aka a virus, which flares up whenever I flare up. Whenever I am stressed, that's when they come. They come for me. Oh my god, Frida, my parents went on a date and my dad slept over at my mom's house for 3 days on the couch, of course. My grandma couldn't get rid of him. Oh, true love. I wish I had freckles. Honestly, I think they're so cute on others. I mean, I think that the way that freckles look on those little TikTok girls who have the drawn on freckles, I think they look very cute. I think on regular people, actual freckles, it just looks like skin. Like it's just skin to me. But when people have the cute little freckles like that are just on their nose, I think those are really cute. The little TikTok girls with blush on their nose and then a couple little, you know what I'm talking about? What are they called? E-girls?
E-girl.
I wish I could be an e-girl, but I don't have the energy to invest in my appearance that much. I tell him his freckles look like stars in the sky, incredibly cheesy. I think it's lovely. I remember my my dad once said something along the lines of like, it's like you were behind a screen, like you tanned, but behind a screen door. And I was like, yeah. And then I remember my mom was like, no, they're like kisses from God. And I was like, I think that one's better. Thanks. I love my freckles too. They remind me of my mom's redhead genes. Well, yeah, for me, they're my mom's skin. Like my dad had freckles growing up, but you can't see them on him anymore. My mom, you can still tell she's freckled. And yeah, for me, it's like I'm freckled because my mom's freckled. It's not a punishment that is upon my body. I am freckled because my mom is freckled, so it doesn't matter. Moles, tags, and on. Great. I'm looking forward to that. I already have fears about my skin aging in a way that means I get a whole bunch of skin cancer, so yeah. Hello to all those lurking. Dina, you're sweet. Yes, hello to the lurkers. Welcome to the stream. If you are lurking, since I've forgotten to mention it, please click the like button. And if you're not lurking and you're in the chat, please click the like button. How come you haven't liked the video yet? What are you doing? We're like sitting here hanging out and you didn't even like the video? Hello? That sounds fabulous. I'm trying to persuade my parents to let him stay over tonight, but I understand why they wouldn't. But I'm like 19 and he's decent. Yeah, that's early. 19 to allow you to have a sleepover? I wouldn't have been allowed to have a sleepover at 19. When Alex and I started dating and he came up for a visit, he had to sleep in a separate room. Like my parents didn't put us in my bedroom because I had my childhood bedroom still. Alex did not come into my childhood bedroom. I don't think so. Not when you met my parents. Pretty sure you slept on a couch. And he had to come from out of town because Alex lived in Ottawa with me because I was in school and my parents were not. We had to drive for like 6 hours, so he did have to stay over, but he stayed over on a far away from me with a door closed between us. I think it would have freaked my parents out. I'm sorry about that, Oracle. It does stink. Definitely. I mean, it stinks, but, you know, their house, their rules. That's still true. But at the same time, it'd be nice to have a sleepover. Not sure if I mentioned it earlier, liked and shared. Thank you, Dina. Thank you. Definitely like. And if you're somebody who likes to share videos, if you share videos regularly anyway, I would love if you share my videos. If you're not someone who shares videos, don't worry about it. But if you do already, I would love if you add me into the things that you share because I want more of the internet to find me because that is what I do. I do the internet. Baby steps, Henry. Yes, baby steps. I was allowed to have a sleepover with my partner for the first time when we were like 17. I'm from the UK though, so maybe it's a bit different. I don't know. I was never allowed to have a sleepover with my high school boyfriend, and he was never allowed to have a sleepover with me. It would never happen. It would just never happen. His parents, my parents, it would never have happened. And then my second high school boyfriend, I think we had sleepovers, but it was like secret. So it wouldn't have been allowed to happen. But now I have my forever boyfriend, and he can sleep over every night. Alex, you're my forever boyfriend.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Truly, you're welcome. Doesn't support me dating at all. I actually don't tell them about my relationship. That's so stupid. Like, when people care about their children's... okay, I obviously... Like, you care if your kid's with somebody who's, like, dangerous to them or bad for them, right? But at the same time, like, they're a whole separate individual. When people care about, for example, their child's sexuality or their child's gender identity, I'm like, you made that person or chose to raise them. It's literally, it's your fault they're here. You should love all of the things because the way they turned out is all your fault. Whichever way a kid turns out, it's all the parents' fault. So if they think, obviously I don't think sexuality or gender identity are things that like parent shoves on a kid. I don't think that. I think there's nature and nurture involved in both. I don't know the full thing yet. But anyway, my point is, what is my point? My point is that you're raising a kid. If your kid, like, is any kind of way that you didn't want them to be, you raised them that way. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, love your child. If you had a child and you loved them when they were a baby and then something happens when they're older that doesn't affect you, you'll literally never be there when your kid's having sex. I hope. So then how could it change how you feel about them? Like, I don't know who my kid is going to have sex with when they're born. If I have a little baby girl, I don't know if they're going to have a husband and children. Like, you shouldn't invest in them having those things because that's not your decision. You're raising a human to make their own decisions, right? You're not raising a future mother. You're raising your child. So, I don't know. When people suck. I'm sorry for all of you who have parents who suck and didn't support you. I remember when my parents, like, sat down, all 4 kids, or all 3 girls. I don't think my brother was there for that talk. But I remember when they sat us down and they were like, just in case any of you are gay, it doesn't matter to us. We love you. And my mom was like, the only thing I want is grandchildren from somewhere. So if any of you guys are gay, that's fine. I would still really appreciate some grandkids. And I remember that I was like 16 and I remember being like, I'm not gay. And then my sister being like, I'm not gay. And then my other sister being like, I don't know, it's not gay. And then my parents were like, okay, but if you are, and if it changes later, that's okay. Just so you know, it doesn't matter to us. We love you. And we were like, okay, cool. Thanks. Love you. It was super, like, it wasn't a big deal. Because it shouldn't be. Because it's not there. They'll never be there when it's happening. Yeah, but Laura, you're a decent person who likes the idea of bodily autonomy. Ooh, bodily autonomy. Sounds so sexy. Consent is so sexy. Having control over your own body and mind. Wow. What a great idea. Oh, that's sweet, Laura. Well, I thought so. I mean, at the time, I thought it was super awkward. And I was super awkward as a human. And I was, like, very virginal. Like, at 16, I was a very virgin. I don't know how to say it in another way. But I remember in that conversation looking at my mom and being like, when I have sex, do you want to know? Because I didn't understand what the conversation was for. And then my mom was like, no. And then my dad was sitting next to her and he was like, no. And I was like, okay, so I don't tell you if I have sex. And they were like, no, we don't need to know that. Just be safe when you do whatever you do. I didn't have sex like for 3 more years. So it's not like that made me want to. But I remember thinking like, is this the sex talk? They said it's okay if I'm gay. And then my brain immediately went, so do you want to know if I'm having sex? And my parents like actively both were like, no, do not want to know. And I remember just being like, okay, cool. So they're okay with it, but they don't need to know about it. Good to know. I left that conversation knowing what I needed. My parents loved me. They wanted me to be safe, and my mom wants grandkids. Nothing has changed there. Oh, bye, Oracle. Consent is so sexy. Consent is sexy. Have you ever had someone ask you if you like it? That's sexy, because then you get to go, yeah. And then now you're talking dirty to each other. You're welcome. Just ask your partner if they like it, and then either they're going to look at you like you're a wild animal, or they're going to say yes because they're used to you asking for consent. Maybe. But bye, Oracle. Have a good day. You could not nurture me to be a lesbian. My parents did the same. Love who you love. I wore what I wanted, tomboy clothes, dresses. Yeah, I don't think you could... I'm not saying you could nurture it, but I don't know how to explain how I feel about it, but it's not something you choose. You don't choose to be gay. So I'm not on that team. I don't think that you are like, I'm gonna be gay now. That sounds good. I think that it's in there. It's in there. You're gonna or you're not. You are or you're not. Or you're on the spectrum. You can be a little, you can dabble, you know? Bodies are great. Interact with all the different kinds of bodies that you find attractive. Right? Yeah, sometimes it gets really overwhelmed. My current boyfriend is so into consent. It's wonderful. I love having my boundaries respected. It's so hot having your boundaries respected, right? Alex, yeah. I think it's so hot when you respect my boundaries.
Not.
It turns me on when you ask me for consent. We've been together 10 years and consent is sexy. So it's not like people who are like, oh no, putting on a condom is going to ruin the mood. It literally is not. And if it is, maybe you weren't supposed to have sex with that person. If the pause of 30 seconds to put on a condom will make the rest of the sexual interaction off, maybe the sexual interaction wasn't great of an idea. I'm just saying. Maybe you mean some kids grew up in more supporting environments than others. Some kids feel supported enough to express themselves when others don't. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Some kids don't get to come out until they're grown-ups. And some, like, I don't know. It's hard for some people because their families are weird. Which I don't understand because you're never going to be involved in your kid's sex life. Why would you care who they love at all? I'm just saying. Yes, this shawl is coming along. Thank you very much. I think it was Frida who said that a little bit back. We're getting somewhere. And look at how much yarn there still is left. I'm telling you, this thing is going to be like big enough to be a shawl. Lovely. I have to pee really bad. If you guys could just hold on a moment, I'll be right back, okay? Just talk amongst yourselves. I'm not going to turn the mic off, but there isn't anything going on. Yes, exactly, Frida. Hope that they find love. I was just gonna say it smells like Christmas in here, but I lit a green candle and it's Christmas flavored. We will listen to the squash. The pump, where is it? Oh, you can't see it. Oh, this squash, you mean? Yes. I need a new computer chair, you guys. Oh, by the way, my little sister and I were doing wedding planning stuff the other day. I finished my invitations. Are you ready to learn a fancy bind-off? Can you say Pico? I don't know about a fancy bind-off. I was actually hoping that you guys would help me with that because I don't know how much yarn I should leave to bind off. And also, how do I make it not tight? Does anyone know the yarn from Samoyed dog hair? Very expensive way to make your dog earn its place. It's expensive yarn, probably because it's like custom made yarn. How many people are making it? Laura, yarn leftover is good. Always small projects to make. Yeah, but I can keep working on the shawl. Oh yeah, so my little sister and I, she helped me, obviously, because I have no sense of getting things done on time. She helped me by writing out all the addresses on the envelopes for me. Well, I was there with her, and I was writing out, what was I writing? I was writing RSVP, and I was writing... Anyway, we finished my invitations. We got my invitations for our invitations for the wedding done and sent out. We sent out our invitations. Alex and I, after my little sister and I finished, Alex and I went to the post office and sent them right out. So that happened, which is great, because if you know me, that's something that was at risk of not happening because I can put things off until it's way too late. So now the invitations are out. The wedding is now official. My little sister was saying how like, a bridal shower is happening and I am not involved in it. I go to it. And I don't really know what to expect or what I'm supposed to do in that scenario. I know what my little sister's bridal shower was like, but I don't know what mine would be like because I don't have very many people. Like, I'm not a big people person IRL. I don't have very many close friends. I don't have a lot of ladies in my life. So my little sister, and I'm guessing my older sister's going to be involved too, but my little sister and I were talking about it, and she, like, they picked a date. They were doing organization stuff. It's officially on, Frida. Yeah, now it's happening because now people have my address and the date that it's happening and a time. People are showing up here on my wedding day. Bachelorette. I don't know about a bachelorette. If anything, it would just be my sisters and me having a sleepover the night before the wedding. Like, I don't want to go to a strip club and I don't want to party. That's not like my vibe. But the bridal shower, that's more my vibe because it's like a lunchtime tea thing. Dress nicely and go along with it. That's the plan, Frida. For this one, it's going to be the plan because it's going to be your maid, matron of honor. I don't have bridesmaids or maids of honor because I didn't think I was going to have those things. So it's just my sisters who are behaving like bridesmaids. I don't have like the friends that I would choose for those roles. I didn't. So now I'm a little late. It's a little close. No strippers. No strippers. No strippers. No major alcohol. Nothing too crazy. I would rather have like a little sleepover, hang out with my sisters to just talk all night, drink some wine maybe. But for a bridal shower, that's something different. So that, from what I understand, the plan is like a summer picnic party, tea party, English tea, afternoon tea sort of vibes. But my little sister said I have to register. What am I supposed to do? And then she was like, you need to register because people don't like not knowing what to give. And I was like, okay, that's fair because I don't like not knowing what to give. But if you say don't give anything, she said people will just give money. And I don't want my friends to give me money. I just feel weird about like that. I know that like, I don't know. For me, it feels weird somebody coming to a bridal shower and giving me money. For me, I don't know if that's typical. For me, it feels whatever. Anyway, my sister said, no, for a bridal shower, you should be registered so that people have the option of getting you a gift that you would like. It gives everybody more options. And then if people don't want to buy the thing, they don't buy the thing. Register for a new chair. Dawn. That's a good idea, Alex.
Sorry?
Register for a new chair. My sister was suggesting Bed Bath & Beyond for the place to register because she said you can pretty much get all your house stuff that you need. And I don't know if that's something that I would need. What do you guys think? I always prefer gifts over money. I prefer giving gifts over money, but I don't know. Registering to me felt like I was asking for things. That's what it felt like. And my little sister was like, no, it's what you're supposed to do so that they know what to get. And I was like, okay, so I get that, but I still feel uncomfortable, but I'm trying to like wrap my head around not being uncomfortable because I don't think it's not going to happen. Like, I think it's going to happen. So I'm trying to just be comfortable with it. I was going to say towels are the best, right? New towels, new sheets. I'm good for that. No Fredericks of Hollywood. What's that? Just accept checks and put it towards home improvement or something? Yeah, that'd be fun too. Gifts require thought. I mean, unless you're registered. Lingerie, Dawn. I mean, I don't think you can get that at Bed Bath & Beyond, but where else could I register? If I was going to register somewhere, you don't register multiple places, right? You register one place. Fredericks. What is Fredericks? I don't know it. Great lacy stuff. Oh. Well, I am not a big lingerie person. It's just not my vibe. Maybe when I was like in my early 20s, that might have been more of the thing. Now it's more about support and comfort. So I don't think I need necessarily some fancy lingerie, but if that's something that happens as a result of a bridal shower, fun. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do any of it yet. I have to Google like how to register somewhere. Oh, good morning, Scrappy. Ask for things off your Amazon. Ooh, Amazon wishlist could be how I register.
That's a decent way.
That's not a bad idea. Except for that then it's going to Amazon. Sexy times are for skin. Sexy times end up with skin very early. Lingerie is, I feel like when you've lived with your partner for 10 years,
It also
lingerie
depends
is,
on your definition.
I guess so. Anything can be lingerie if you really try hard enough. I have underwear with funny prints on it. Yes, you could pick a theme instead of registering. Oh, true. Are you starting to do your registry for your wedding? Not for the wedding, Scrappy. I don't really think we're going to register for the wedding, but my sister is what was the word I was going to say? My sister is planning a bridal shower, and she said I should register for the bridal shower because she said it's like that's what you'd... Hey, don't kick my tripod. You just moved my camera. Why are you in my room, by the way? Can you go away? Yeah, you're like sniffling and you're distracting me. And also, like, what are you doing here?
What do you mean?
You're just hanging out on the floor.
So?
I did vacuum, so it is safe too. They're probably sniffly because you're on the floor. Where the cat hair is. Zara Larson's Wow is my life. Zara Larson... Oh no, that's not the one I like. I like the Clean Bandit song, I Miss You, but I don't know if that's Zara Larson. It might be. Yeah, it is. Hi, Alex. Frida says hi. Oh, fun, are you starting your registry? You could pick a theme instead of registering. Yeah, that's an option too. I feel like I've been to a wedding bridal shower that was like that had a theme for gifts, and that made it easier too. But, yeah, I think my sister recommended Bath and Body Works. I'm going to Google it and see what other things people do for registering for a bridal shower, but I don't know. I feel weird about it and I don't know what to do. But I think an Amazon wish list is not a bad idea. Except for that it's Amazon. That's the only bad side, which sucks. But at the same time, free shipping and they can have it shipped right to me. You register and that gives your bridal shower guests and wedding guests a guide of what to give you. If not, you're probably going to receive money. Yeah, but there's not... Yeah, agreed. I just feel like... Yeah, it feels weird. It feels weird prepping for people to give me gifts. I haven't had to do that since I was like a child at a birthday party, and it wasn't me who had to feel any kind of way about people bringing gifts. Whereas this is the first time since childhood that made weird sense. Well, is there any home thing you guys would like? Yeah, that's what we're thinking about is like, is there any things that like, obviously like things like towels and nice sets of sheets, new pillows, like that sort of stuff is always good. Bed Bath & Beyond is less bad. I mean, yeah, we didn't register because I feel the same. Your presence is the gift enough. People gave gifts and it was fine. I'm just like mildly uncomfortable about interacting with large groups of people, and the idea of large groups of people staring at me and bringing things for me to have is stressful. Although I know that it's part of the whole thing, it's just a stressful part of the thing. Yes, get towels for sure. Less bad is right. Or money for a house buying fund. There's going to be like 30 people there. There's not going to be, it's not a thing. I kind of feel like I know Alex since I spent several hours thinking about what ring he might like. Yeah, I feel like Alex is also, he's a pretty open book, you know? Obviously, like, he's got his own, like, he's got his own private things, but he's pretty, if you meet him, if you hear him, he is pretty open book. He's pretty like you think he is, he's pretty like that. But yeah, towels, sheets, that kind of house stuff. But like appliances, like a blender, don't need that sort of stuff. We've been living together for 10 years. We have all of the things that we need. It would just be like, oh, that'd be nice to have that new towels. We have towels. We have towels that are less than 5 years old, but it'd be nice to have some fancy towels. You know? Register for small kitchen appliances you might have wanted but never bought for yourself. Yeah, well, Alex was saying, like, good knives. The last time we talked about, like, stuff. It's like knives with the thing that they hang up to the wall with a magnet. If you don't want money, you can suggest donating it in honor of you and Alex to an organization. That's a nice idea, too. If you don't want money. I mean, it's not that I don't want money. It's that I don't like the idea of people feeling obligated to give a gift in exchange for a wedding. You know what I mean? Like, I remember every wedding I've gone to, I've been reminded by someone that, like, a wedding costs $100 a plate. Make sure that you either give $100 or a gift worth $100. And just knowing that other people are thinking that about my party makes me stress. Because I don't like that. I let people thinking that there's, like, a cost to come. I want people to just arrive, gift or not, you know? Sponsor a pet rescue. That's a nice idea. Yes, put knives on that list for sure. Good knives make all the difference in cooking. The ones that the magnet to the wall. Sid always have huge towels. Big, huge bath sheets. Huge towels. Super cozy. Yes, big bath towels are the good absorbent ones. None of these cheap ones. Always huge towels. It's true. Every real grown-up has huge towels. Like, if I go to my grandpa's house, there's huge towels. My mom and dad's house, huge towels. My house, average size towels. But yeah, maybe you guys can help me with that list, because I don't even know what to put on it. You can register, but you can register for some items that are less expensive. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Absolutely. I think that's what I would do, because I wouldn't want it to be overwhelming. My brother gave us knives, knowing that the longer you're married, the more apt you are to misuse them. Lol. I love buying good quality towels. Equating the dollar plate to present price is horrifying. Yeah, but that's what I had been, that's how I learned about weddings. Which stresses me out because I don't want people to feel that way when they come to mine. I just keep waiting for my towels I've had for ages to die so I can get a couple of bath sheets for myself, but they just won't die. Well, the first time something shows up that looks like they're dying or they're stained, just cut them up and make them into washcloths. That's what I do. Whenever our towels start to die, they become rags because they're still super useful. They just happen to be ugly. Down comforter. Oh, true. We have a down comforter. But yes, that kind of stuff. We can replace the fabric-related home goods. Down blankets. Hey there, Unadi. Nice to see you. I keep waiting. Oh, I got that one. I'm not allowed to use the good knives. All the jewelry tools, though. Totally okay. Yeah, no problem. If you burn yourself on an open flame, that's different than if you cut yourself with a knife, Frida. They're, like, still in new condition. Well, there you go. So I have a bunch of towels like that, and what I do is I donate them to the animal shelter or use them as rags. Yeah, well, we have the ugly towels, which are like the Laura's dyeing her hair. These are the towels she's going to use. We have those we don't get rid of. And then we have the animal mess towels, which are the same towels, let's be honest. And then we have the, like, these ones are the ones we use to wash our bodies with. So yeah, when towels get ugly, they usually get ugly before they get damaged because I stain them with, like, natural dye stuff or just miscellaneous stain. But when towels get stained beyond repair, they become either animal or hair dye towels, and then they become rags. At some point, all towels are destined to become rags. Here. Because I need rags all the time, and I use them all the time. I would use paper towels all the time if I had them all the time. But since that's not good, I like to use them. Oh yeah, the hair dyeing towel is a big mood. Juno, yeah. You only have to ruin one white towel, and then you have a hair dye towel. I always was like, I'll use the white ones because then I can bleach it. Nah. No, you can't, Laura. You can't bleach that out. It's not coming out. And now the towel is less structurally strong than it was before because you used way too much bleach, and now it's a rag. Or you put bleach in the washing load that had a blue towel. What were you doing? Who taught you how to do laundry, woman? I bought Ralph Lauren towels. Ooh, well over 10 years ago. I made them dog towels because I wanted a new color, but I swear they still look new. It's crazy. Okay, good to know. High quality brand name towels. The Bay was another place that my sister said I could do for registering. I haven't looked online. I'm sure there's other places that I can check, but I never considered it because I didn't think I would have a bridal shower or a bachelorette. But my sister is quite insistent that it is a necessary part of the process, and therefore I must. And I think that I'm cool with it. I just want to go with the flow. I don't want to be making decisions. I just want to be having a nice, like, if I don't have to make decisions for that party, I'm happy about it. I don't mind. Do you see the little fluffies passing in front of the camera? This yarn is quite fluffy. Gift cards are always an option. That's true too. That's true. The year the Christmas died towels were really good quality. I'm still using them. The year the Christmas died? Is that when you guys stopped doing gift exchange? I did see a fluffy flyby. Yeah, well, it's because this yarn is hella fluffy. I put instructions for a Pico bind off in Discord live stream chat if you want to do it. Oh, thank you. I will check it out. Do I have to change needle size or do I keep the needles the same size? I guess I can just check it out. Sorry, one sec here. There. Field Crest towels last forever. Field Crest towels. The fact that you guys have brand name towels that you know the brand name of makes me feel like my IKEA towels do not hold up. My $5 IKEA towels. Yeah, the year I got towels and was officially an adult, no one told me in advance. Oh, here you go. You're an adult. Christmas is dead now. Lol. I have to go, but have a nice day, everyone. You too, Rue. Have a lovely day. And thanks for coming. It was nice to hang out. And if you want it looser, you might want to go up one needle size. Oh, really? I don't have one needle size up. So I'm not going to be able to do that. Same size. If you want it loose, go up a size. Thank you again. Not going to do a good thing for me. Okay, how much yarn do you think I need to finish this? Like to cast off, bind off. Let me show you the ball of yarn right after this and where I'm at. And you guys, you knitters, you help me out with this. I just did an increase row. Once you use good quality towels though, you do notice the difference. I believe it. I believe it. Here's where we're at. Here's where we're at right now. And here's the amount of yarn that we have left. This is how much yarn I have left. Science. Don't worry about it then. You can keep loose tension for binding off and it should be okay. I hope so. We'll see. I have lots of knitting needles. What size do you need to go up to? Hey there, Candace. Good morning. And also, I think these are a 9mm. There is a trick to buying from IKEA. You get what you pay for, literally. If you want higher quality, go for the more expensive stuff. And if you're okay with crap, buy the cheap stuff. Yep. Morning all. Busy week. Daughter is down for a visit. Oh, that's awesome, Candace. I'm glad. That's nice. I hope you're having a nice time. You need more yarn? Oh no, you think so? You don't think I'll be able to finish a little shawly shawl? I feel like it's almost... Wow, it's so warm. As soon as I put it on my skin like starts heating up the bunny furs and making a warm little shawl. It's cute though, you guys. Look at it. Do you think I should do another row before I bind off? How many rows do you think I can do more? I needed to say hi. See, Scrappy, sorry, I intended to say that for a while. Oh, there you go. Hold on, because I think the last time I was in a live, you were knitting on something that was yellow. This, I finished it. It's a rectangle, but you're right, it is yellow. It's pretty yellow. Ooh, that did look like I had to cut my hair again. 2 or 3. You think I can go another couple of rows? Laura, you are who I'm basing my information off here. Weigh the yarn, do a row, weigh the yarn. Gives you an idea of how much you need. I don't have a scale with a battery in it right now though. My yarn scale doesn't have a battery, so I can't weigh it. It all has to be by eye and by hope. So wish me luck. What I do if I want to use up the whole ball is go until the yarn runs out and then take out the last row and use that for the bind off. Okay, that's true. I can do that. Or I can at least go until it's pretty close to off. It's been a hot minute since I've been in here. Well, welcome back. Good to see ya. A literal hot minute because the whole world seems to be in a heat wave. It's been a hot minute. Not right now, not here. It's perfect temperature here right now, but I mean like where you're at. Going day by day, Scrappy, all I can do. Well, glad you're here today, Candace. So day by day, as Dr. Mesmer said, Day by day, I feel better and better in every way. My grandpa says that every time I say, how you doing? Day by day, I feel better and better in every way. And I'm like, no, but like, how are you actually doing? It's a bit involved to do my method, but it doesn't involve math or hunting for batteries. Yeah, math and batteries. I don't need any of that. Speaking of which, Alex bought a calculator at the thrift store. Oh, I forgot to show my thrift store purchase. That is amazing. Amazing. Let me grab it, and after I finish this row, I'm gonna go grab my thrift store purchase. Alex bought a calculator that is also a address book. Why? Why would you need a calculator that is also an address book? It's 2021. You have a phone. It does both of those things and so much more. But he said it was cool, and that's why he now has that. I own that movie, Alan Rickman. Oh, really? Is Alan Rickman in that? Oh, I didn't know that. I would have watched it earlier. I still haven't watched Dr. Zhivago. Eventually I will. You need about 3 times the amount to bind off. Okay. 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 Good to know. You'll need more than a normal rose worth to bind off. Thank you. Doesn't his phone have those stuff? Yes, Frida. Yes, it does. On the same day, he bought a typewriter, though, so I don't think his brain was in the modern world at that time. And I was like, you know what? Sure, get a typewriter. I literally don't care. It's going to be a piece of furniture now because it's not going to be used because it's a typewriter. Why would you buy a typewriter? And he said, I've always wanted a typewriter. And I said, then you shall have it. But also, why? And so now we have a typewriter and a calculator that also can act as an address book. Not necessary. The typewriter's pretty cool, though, to be honest. It works. Just needs more ink now. I approve of Alex's purchases. Well, great, Sid. That makes 2 of us. I'm fine with it. I mean, like, I'm gonna roll my eyes, but at the same time, the things that I buy, that man supports me through, are ridiculous, so he can have a $20 word processing unit from a long time ago. I have a typewriter. I want to see which one he got. Show a pic. Hey, Alex. Yeah? Do you want to bring up your typewriter and show it off?
Yeah, sure.
Will you also bring up my really cool purchase? What do you mean if you can find it? They should be at the front door. It is a cool typewriter. It's just not...
I moved stuff from the front door. Do you know where I put it?
No.
I don't know.
What did you move? My poor doggie's not feeling well. She had some reverse eating this morning. Oh, that's a nice way to put it, Laura. Reverse eating. I'm sorry. Pumpkin, sweet potato, rice. Those are all good things. An egg. I've bought film cameras and typewriters from thrift stores. Yeah, well, we were at the thrift store and I got a really good deal on something, and the price of our entire total was like 1/10 of the item that I bought if we bought it anywhere else. What brand is it, Alex?
Smith Corona.
Smith Corona.
Electra 120.
Very good. Electra 120.
Oh god. Okay. Oh jeez, here it is.
Ta-da! Beautiful.
Beautiful. With a beautiful case.
With a beautiful case. Comes
so
in its own.
Like a salesman.
So it's like a laptop. You can take it with you on the go.
This is my laptop, guys. I hope you enjoy it because it's heavy.
Is it really?
Yeah. Oh,
I thought you were exaggerating. It's actually really heavy.
No, it's heavy.
It looks heavy the way you're holding it. I have never held it. Cool. Oh wait, I was in the Discord chat a couple of weeks ago, and Frida and Sid had mentioned you got a wedding dress at a thrift store. I want to see. Lol, nothing to see.
Late.
Too late. I already took it all apart. It is now in like 10 pieces. It's in pieces now. I'm using it as pattern pieces, and I have to cover a few of the pieces with different fabrics, so it doesn't look like a dress anymore.
See, guys, it's so compact.
Wow, that laptop, you could take it on the train and you could
You
get...
can use it as dumbbells.
You could...
You can train your arms while you're standing for a line in the bus stop.
Yeah, while you're waiting for your meeting that you need the typewriter for, you could...
like in the movie with Will Smith, where he was selling The Road for Happiness.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
He walks around the city with a thing like this in a briefcase.
Oh, yeah?
It's heavy.
Oh, well, I bet yours is heavier.
Aye.
Because it's a typewriter.
It is.
Oh, you said I thought you said Y. Alex says I now for yes.
Yeah.
When he gets a new
Phrase.
vocal phrase, it stays for a while, and right now I is it. But
For-
I hear the letter I, so when he says I to respond to me, I am waiting for the
not
rest.
I.
It's AYE.
Yes, I.
It's not AI.
AIAYE.
We want to see Alex's shopping haul. God.
No, you don't.
I
No, you
remember-
don't.
Gosh. You could defend yourself with that. Yeah, definitely. Scan through. She tried it on for us last week. Yes, I tried it on. You can look at the old ones. Yes, totally. It looks like the kind I learned to type on in grade 10. Oh my gosh, Sonia. They make a lot of noise. And I didn't realize it's like a sewing machine. It's got like a little motor in it. Like, it's on when it's on. I thought it was just like fully mechanical. Like, you push the button and the button makes something happen. No, it's like a machine. There's stuff happening in the background. It makes a little whir. Oh, yeah. A space. Yeah, basically how it sounds. I remember taking typing skills. Yeah, it's slow. It doesn't move as quick. It's gorgeous and seems to be in good condition. And it works. Alex has it working. It's just, it needs new ink now. Okay, I finished my row. And the ball doesn't look like it shrank. So that's not helpful because I don't have the scale. So I'm going to go grab my purchase because I think my purchase was even better than Alex's. And I think even Alex thinks mine was better than his because I got the deal of a century. I'm very good at thrift shopping, by the way. Gotta love the ding when you return the carriage. True, I have my mom's manual one, not electric. Word, that's sexy. Ooh, what high tech. One sec, I'll be right back. New work boots. I got my own pair of beautiful Timberland boots. Look they even have a logo on them, like someone who wears brand name stuff. They're also exactly my size, and they're in new condition. I mean, they're not anymore. I've been wearing them for like 4 days. Guess how much I paid for these Timberland boots? I keep calling them Timberland boots because of the Rapster, but it's Timberland boots. They look really good on me too. So that was cool. They look cool with my dresses. I know they look like whatever when they're not on someone, but they look really cute on. I really like them. Timberland boots, new condition. Like, look at the leathery parts. The dirt that's on them is from me. But the like these have not been worn regularly. The bottoms are new still, except for what I've been wearing them. Guess how much I paid? Just guess. $100? $50? $20? Who knows? $4. I paid $4 for those shoes. $4. $4 for those shoes. I got them for $4. Brand new, perfect fitting, very cute Timberlands. $4. I'm very happy about it. I love a good deal, gotta say. And I put them on. And then I was like, ooh, these are cute. And then I saw the tree on the side and I was like, oh, Alex is gonna think these are so cool because I know they're that brand that he likes. And I was like, look, I got Timberlands. And he was like, they're Timberlands. And I was like, Timberland. So then he was like, they fit you? You have to buy them. And I was like, you don't even know how much they are. And he was like, how much are they? We're at a thrift store. They're $8 because all shoes were $8. And I was like, they're half price today. All shoes half price. So now I have a pair of Timberlands, a fur coat, I just need like a fancy expensive hat and a fancy expensive skirt, and then I will be a very fashionable person. Also, sorry about the internet lag. Wow, you are a thrifting queen. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you. Oh wow, that's a great find. Right? $4. Very good deal. I'm very happy with my deal. $10. Frida, half that. Dawn, $5. Very close. I got secondhand Stella McCartney Adidas top for $10. I love that. I love thrift store shopping because when I go thrift store shopping, I'm never really looking for something. I'm just walking around, and so when I find something, it's like a wonderful day. And whenever I go thrift shopping, it seems to be that somebody either died or cleared out their closet. Because like with these boots, there were multiple shoes in my size that looked all new. So, and they were all from the same fashionable person. Like whoever that person was spent money on their shoes and then cleared them all out. With the wedding dress and the fur coat, someone died. Like for me to get really good deals, it's either somebody moved, cleared out their closet, or died. And all of those work out fine for me. I mean, I don't want people to die, but like if I'm going to get their lovely wedding dress as a result. Nothing like a designer purse from a thrift store. Makes you feel so special, but I'm a purse girl. I felt that way about these shoes. I was like, I don't have to buy boots now for another 2 years. Like, I work my shoes. Like, my shoes work hard. All of my shoes work hard. So 2 years is like the lifespan. But yeah. Hey there, Dave. Good morning. Who just came in late? I missed it. Louisa, good afternoon. I'm so late. I was on a job. Well, I'm glad that you're here, and I hope that your interview went well. I like that green candle by the sewing machine. This one over here. I'm glad you like it. Oh, by the way, for those of you that didn't see on the last stream, we got CJ back. Do you guys want to see CJ's skull? If you didn't see, for those of you that are newer or weren't here for the last stream, our cat died back in February. We had to put him down. He was sick. I'm giving you the TLDR. Obviously, there's a lot of emotion and stuff that happened. I'm just going to TLDR. Our cat died. I sent him to a taxidermist. The taxidermist harvested, polished, and preserved his skull. We got his remains and his skull back. We buried his remains in our backyard, and we have his skull. Now I have it displayed here. That being said, it's not gory. Yes, if you imagine how it occurred, it's gory, but it's not a gory thing. It looks like a science thing or like a history thing. So when you see it, you're not gonna, I don't imagine it would be something creepy. But look. Isn't it pretty? His little heart-shaped nose. His little teeths. Look at his sharp little teeths. Look how big his eyeballs are. So pretty. Dave, I cried last stream. Dave, I cried when I got it back. The taxidermy guy probably thought it was a little weird, so it's fine. Don't worry. I'm not crying now because now it's fun for me. I'm happy about it. Gotta go. Breakout room time in a conference. Breakout room time in a conference. Okay, sounds good. Bye, Dave. Have a good rest of your day and don't work too hard. And Scrappy, have a good nap. Oh, I didn't see. I'm exhausted. I think I'm going to go take like a 30-minute nap before I go to my mom's. Okay, sounds good. Scrappy, have a good rest of your day and good vibes for you and your mom as well. Have a wonderful weekend and 4th to those in the U.S. Yes, stay safe, all of you in the U.S. Scrappy, have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the nap and visit with mom. Yes, everybody stay safe. 4th of July weekend, of course. I just keep their collars. Totally, yeah. Dawn, that's like a normal people thing to keep. Some people keep their ashes. Some people keep their collars. Taxidermy people probably have a high tolerance for a bit eccentric. Taxidermy people probably have a high tolerance for a bit eccentric people. Taxidermy people. Oh, yes, taxidermy people. The person who does the taxidermy probably has a higher tolerance for slightly eccentric people. Yes, because if your job is making taxidermy, you're probably getting people who like taxidermy to come to your space. And people who like taxidermy are a group. They're a special group. Gotta remember if I'm working, because I think the manager that's usually in won't be in on the weekend. Jeez Louise. Yes, make sure you know ahead of time. I hate coming into work with, well, when I worked, I hated coming in not knowing who was there. Anxiety things, needing to know who's everywhere. My sister keeps the cremated remains. Yeah, some people keep the cremated remains. See, for me, keeping the cremated remains of somebody that I love feels weird. Like keeping the ashes of my mother feels weird. Keeping the skull of my cat doesn't feel weird. The rules are not hard and fast. The rules change depending on on the situation, I guess. What can you do? So, yeah, I think I'm gonna not finish the shawl this weekend. I think I'm gonna learn how to do the cast off picot with another set of needles, and then we can do it together on Monday. What do you think of that? Because I think I will probably need your help. Also, by the way, I'm gonna go now because my sister's in town. We are both vaccinated, and I would like to see her. So I'm gonna go see her. So I will see you guys on Monday. Have a really good rest of your day. Have a good Friday. As I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, check out the first link in my description. It will take you to a free course to learn about Indigenous people in Canada, Indigenous history, all of the horrors that have been undertaken, I should say, by the Canadian government and the Catholic Church. So definitely check that out if you want to learn more. It's free. I'm not sponsored, but it's a free university course from the University of Alberta on Indigenous people. Check it out. Definitely don't forget to like the video if you haven't liked it before you leave, because it helps the channel grow. So click the like button, and I will see you guys on Monday. I love you guys. Have a really good weekend. Stay safe if you're doing any kind of celebratory stuff, but also maybe consider if celebratory stuff is a good idea if you live somewhere where there's like fires. Maybe don't light anything on fire, you know? Also drink a lot of water. It's hot. Okay, love you, bye! And thank you so much to my support me on Patreon. Definitely check the link in the description. There's a link to that as well.